We'll start the episode with the introduction.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, we talk about stuff, I guess. What are we talking about today, Joel? Say the topic, Joel.
We're talking about burnout.
Yeah, and we'll just put an image of Burnout here, and it'll be that Instagram story of me spinning around.
No, that I like.
You like that shit?
I like that shit. Although, can you do it? I'm pretty fucking buggered over here.
I fucking refuse to edit any of these.
Okay.
That's Joel work, and you know it.
Well, let's get into the topic, I suppose.
Why do you feel burned out, Joel?
I don't know. A lot of work, I guess.
I'm with you on that, man. These fucking...
Shut up, dude. Just your voice is like daggers.
My in tray is just full of A4 papers, and my out tray is full with an equal stack of A4 papers. Because I am pushing through those numbers. Fucking beat your ass episode.
Don't beat your ass.
Bitch, and beat your ass. This week we're talking about burnout. A feeling near and dear to our hearts. We're always burnt out. It's like the Post Malone tattoo, always tired. But it's like, always burnt out. And it goes around. Common thing that all designers feel. Because deep down, all of you designers out there are a bunch of nerds. And you're in your own head. No, don't defend him, Joel. You're a bunch of nerds, and you're in your own head, and you're like, ooh, is my design good enough? Have I set my design yet? Oh, I'm tired, you know? There's people out there sweeping streets and digging ditches, all right? But we're burnt out. But yes, no, we're talking about burnout. Really relatable stuff, really common in the industry. Mm-hmm. But it is. Creative jobs cause burnout. That's real.
Yeah, you don't think about it a lot, eh? When you're kind of starting out. I never really think about it. I'm just like, just get on top of it. Just do it. And then, like, you get sick, man.
Yeah.
And you go. You get fucking run down and shit.
100%. You had like such a run of like illness after illness like last year or whatever.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because it was just like, there's just too much to do and life gets a little overwhelming. And this job, I've noticed, I've been thinking about this. When you're like a kid and then you start getting a job at like a store or like a cafe or something.
Video easy.
But yeah, no, like, I mean, those jobs can be stressful, but it's stressful in the moment and you don't think about video easy work when you're at home.
Yeah, true.
So this job, motion design, graphic design, it's like you just carry it with you at all times.
Yeah, it's a career. And especially if you're passionate about it.
Yeah, it burns you out. And that's what I think is so good about this industry is people are super passionate about it. Mm-hmm. People take it like it feels like art to them. It means something to them. So they take it really seriously. If you look at most motion designers like stories on the weekend, they're still like posting them working on something. It's like, hey, look at the sun.
But not for too long.
Yeah, don't look directly at it. But go and take like a little side-eye peek, you know?
That's very true.
Get those, you know, like when eclipse, the mint, when they happen, and you put a little bit of foil in a box and then look at it from a distance, you know, like the primary school. Anyway, look at the sun.
Yep.
What are we talking about?
Burnt out. Burnt out. Yeah, because you could burn out I've been burnt out physically and shit before, but yeah, this sort of job, mentally, it's fucking draining.
Yeah. And it has I think it has seasons as well. Like I've noticed that it's kind of hard to avoid burnout. Mm-hmm. I'm always oscillating between like, all right, I'm going to go and get my job back at Vintage Sellers. And all right, no, I'm working here now.
We're the exact same.
I'm loving animation, but it's never like, I don't have an even flow of energy with it. So I burn out regularly and then I'll be like, no, I like doing this. And I'll kick back up.
I'll have a green smoothie. I'll go for a couple of runs. And then I just like slowly drift back into drinking a lot.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. It's probably like an equal measure. So tip 1 for avoiding burnout, maybe look after yourself health-wise.
Definitely do that.
Because it's so easy to just hunch over the computer. You've got deadlines and you just think, I'll eat the worst, cheapest, easiest thing right now.
Yeah.
And
that's so true.
You're like, why do I feel bad? It's because you're just like eating processed foods and drinking while you're trying to like just sit around watching renders and stuff like that. And then you're going to feel terrible. So
also, yeah, just balance, I guess. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's just balance. And like, what's the word I'm looking for? Structure? Is that the word I'm looking for?
That's good. Yeah. Structure your time.
Yeah, that's not the word I was looking for.
Yeah, it is. It's like a schedule. Like schedule your time.
Yeah. There's another word for it. But anyway, yeah.
All right. Second word.
I'm burnt out. But yeah, that honestly, that's a huge thing. Just trying to like structure your time and know when you're gonna do this, when you're gonna do that, and schedule some time in for fucking relaxation and shit.
That's kind of talking about the motion people that are always doing this stuff on the weekend. Like you feel so competitive. You look at everyone's great work, and you feel like you have to be always upping your skills and always doing something.
That's true.
And you get like
do that.
Creative guilt if you're not doing it.
Yes, dude.
You know?
Yes.
But you're not on this earth to just produce things the whole time. You know, you should go and actually take the time off and try to put creative pursuits out of your mind for a bit.
If I can share a little nugget about creative guilt, I've fucking always thought that shit too, but I've noticed recently that we've been doing this for a while. I still can come back to something later that I haven't done in a while and still know what's good about it.
Yeah.
And I can still, like, I don't lose any skill.
No.
Which is what I was terrified of doing, like, with that whole creative guilt thing. But it just doesn't even happen anymore. If you're doing this shit for long enough, relax.
Yeah, you'd be right. I think
you're not going to just, like, fucking lose your skills.
If you're lucky enough to be doing a creative job full-time during the week, that is you developing.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend every hour. You don't need to spend your weekends as well, because you're going to burn out super quickly doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like you said, you can like, you might not have done illustration for like a month or something because you'd be busy doing animation. And you feel like, I need to spend my weekend hours, make sure I'm doing some illustration still. But yeah, you're not going to just lose skills immediately.
Yeah.
And if your brain's still active and you're working on other stuff during the week, that's fine. That's still creative development.
Yeah.
You know? So like, maybe temper your expectations and schedule, like you said, schedule your time.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I'm going to work during the week, and on the weekend, I'm going to actually just put it away for a little bit. Because I find that too. It's like you think, all right, bulk work is going to get me further. And to some degree, you got to like put some time in to get where you want to go. But at some point you get like it stops paying off so much.
Yeah.
So just the more hours you're putting in, then you just end up like, you end up getting in loops creatively where you're not doing anything new. You're not getting any external inputs. So.
Exactly. It's almost on the flip side. It's like having a break from some shit is actually beneficial a lot of the time, which is like, which you don't think it would be, but it really is. Because you step back and you look at a whole bunch of different stuff, and then you get different ideas for that. And you're like, you go back to illustration, say, and you're just like, I saw this thing that was different. I'm going to try that, or like involve new techniques and shit. So it's kind of good to have a bit of a break. So I mean, it all comes back to scheduling your time, I guess. Yeah,
the creative process is kind of like this, like just a big cloud in your head, and then stuff comes out of it. But it's not like a one-to-one. Like, if I just keep putting in just more time here, I will get this outcome. Like, you do need extra inputs. You need to have weird ideas and stuff like that. The only thing I'd say though too, I know a lot of creative people are doing this, is they're like, I'm going to go do this trip or have like some time off, but they're thinking about it in terms of, but I'm going to see all these things that'll make my work really good, or I'm going to take this photo that's going to make my work really good.
They just do a shitload of coke and go to fucking nightclubs. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's the other thing, is like, I think it's really important to actually just do some things that aren't to just better your career. And it's really hard to, like, I know so many people that do creative stuff that when they go on a holiday, they're trying to take like a million photos, or they're trying to be like, I'm going to do all this writing and drawing while I'm there. It's like, maybe just spend some time with your partner, maybe go and just experience things and meet other people and hang out. It doesn't have to optimize your workflow. It doesn't have to give you something new. So, because I think then you're not really relaxing. There's still, that creative side is still trying to just like bust up the whole time.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably worth like just shutting things down for a second to reboot, you know?
And it's like, you'll be surprised that if you do that, you will get some shit out. You'll get some creative juice out of that.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Stuff. Or you'll think of something and you're just like, fuck, I can do this now, or whatever.
Yeah. But by actually putting it out of your mind, by clearing the slate a little bit is important.
Clearing the slate, exactly.
So yes, don't overwork yourself. Don't spend every minute of the day working.
Because you will burn the fuck out, man.
Yes. And then you look like this.
Do you want to look like this?
Now I just want you to look at the camera, Miles, and I want you to say, I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out.
This is pretty cool. Do you reckon this is cool?
That's pretty cool, man. Hey.
What else can we say about burnout? Basically, just relax, everyone.
Well, you can't be the only one that's doing cool stuff. I'm doing cool stuff too. Check this out. Leave thumbs down for Team Miles. Let's get this video to be the most controversial video yet. I've got another one. Let me just fix my shit up a little bit before I go.
Give us the goods.
Another thing that does relate to burnout is I notice I get really burnt out when I'm doing a lot of work that is unsatisfying. We get into pockets of this. It happens. Got to earn that money. Got a baby on the way. I don't know what the baby's going to want to eat, but I assume at some point food.
Maybe.
I don't even know. I don't know what kids are doing these days. TikTok, crazy stuff. So you got to make your money, okay? Shut up. I'm burned out.
I'm fucking listening.
Stop laughing at me.
I'm listening.
Another point of burnout is you're going to burn out if you're doing a lot of work that's unsatisfying. Every now and again, you have to take that horrible job because it's worth so much money. and you want those fat stacks.
Get the bag.
And you want to get the bag, and you want to fucking stunt on people.
Yeah.
But don't do that all the time. Make sure you have some time in your schedule for the creative work as well. Mm-hmm. I get really burnt out. I get angry with myself if I've only taken on non-creative but lucrative work because I feel like I'm not doing what I want to do with my life. And at some point, the money isn't worth the time that you're losing. Yeah. And that stress is what burns me out, not even the sitting in front of a computer or doing the work. So, like, make sure you give that creative side of your brain some time to work as well, you know?
Well, you have been getting better at that too, because we used to do only that.
Yeah.
And you addressed it, and you knew you didn't like doing it, and made, like, small steps along the way to, like, stop doing that. And we have. And now we are doing the good shit.
It's true. And we still have, like, probably a full 2 days a week we're still doing stuff that's not creative.
Yeah, fucking day rates, man. This takes a long time.
But I mean, like, even this is a creative outlet. Even we do our own personal projects now, which we'll try to do some. Like, even when we're, like, a few of the client projects, we'll really try to push it if they're willing to go with us on that. So, like, there's more and more of that, which is good. Yeah. And it does make me feel a lot better. I burnt out a lot less this year or, last year, whatever it was. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. Just having time to actually do that creative shit, because in the end, that's what this job is about. Yeah. You know? You want to be at one of the media agencies. True. Having meetings and pushing pixels. I gotta tell you, this fucking Johnson account is out of control. Johnson. Third point, best point. I forgot it. Yeah, it's good. You look burnt out now. You just burped into the mic a little bit. You burped out. Apologies. I would say a big one is, and this is what causes people to do all this work on the weekend, all this stuff, but just stop aggressively comparing yourself to other creatives. Good call. This causes a huge amount of burnout. It's just so hard not to, because you'll go on Instagram and you're getting served up the best stuff that exists. Mm-hmm. And it wears you down a little bit. And you think, I'm not doing well enough and everything. But I don't know if, like, we have these, like, creative heroes, and we just imagine that they have some perfect life. Yeah. That it's like, they get up and they go to the nice studio and they make the image and it gets like 1 million fucking likes and a brand hires them and it's super good. But it's like some of these people are probably sacrificing a lot of time to do this. It's not the life that you would actually want if you saw the reality of it. Yeah. These people are just naturally hard workers. Yeah, exactly. Or they might have done it for like years longer than you and you've still got time to catch up and it's okay. They had trash work as well at some point. Yeah, exactly. Everyone has to go through it. And no one ever puts that on their portfolio. Mm-hmm. And while they talk about it as part of their origin story, eventually they stop talking about it. They're not like talking about how many, like, I did this document design for, like, that just disappeared basically. Yeah. So I think there's no point comparing yourself to like the top tier people that you're going to be seeing. Mm-hmm. Enjoy their work, get inspired by it, and then just leave it at that. You don't have to compete with them. Yeah. Yeah. I think a good example, I think, is like we had Ben Marriott on, man. That guy, that was a great interview, I think, because he gave me a lot of insights about like not being so precious with your shit and just like getting some shit out there and stuff, which like really spoke to me because like I'm a perfectionist sometimes. Yeah. I kind of want to put out some like subpar shit if it's like not fully perfect. Yeah. But like the amount of work he's got and he's now like gotten so good because he's just done so much shit. Yeah, true. Like, and I think that's it. It's like the perfectionist thing, like trying to compete with other people by making your work perfect or doing that kind of thing. It's like you're better off just putting out some stuff and practicing. Like just look at it all as practice and just don't feel like that pressure of I need to make an opus every time. Yeah. Like because I consider like it's really good that you have that side of you because I really don't, and it makes you like check some of our work before it goes out. Yeah. But then I also see the stress it gives you. The stress, by exactly. Like being like, I don't even want to start this thing because you're worried about starting it wrong or something like that. So that's what fucks me up is stress. I'm a very stressed out person. Yeah. I really am. And I don't know what the fuck to do about it, but that's just what I am. Tip 4. Get some Dexies. Get medicated. Get medicated. Drugs. We endorse all drugs. Like, I am just so stressed all the time. And then that's almost sometimes my downfall. I'll try to like, I like to run. I go for a lot of runs. But sometimes I'm like, after work, I had a really long, stressful day. I'm like, I'll go for a run to de-stress. But in reality, that's just like wearing my body out even further. And then I'm just run down as fuck the next day. So it's like, I don't know. It all comes back to balance. You can't run away from your problems, Joel. Apparently not. But if you look at his Strava account, he's doing very well. 10K. Yeah, boy. 10K is my longest, and I almost died after it and haven't done it since, so... Is this a Nutrigrain box? Because... Final bit. I find as a naturally anxious and pretty much always burnt out person, it really helps me to get a little bit existential about my situation.
Okay. Elaborate.
None of us are saving lives. I feel like I've said this like 3 episodes now, but I feel it's like a point to drill home. None of us are saving lives. Mm-hmm. All that's art, even the people that are so good that you're looking at, it's all going to disappear in another 1,000 years anyway. None of it's going to be here. It's completely temporary. There's a culture right now of like, that celebrity culture has bled into everything, where we all feel like we need to be at the top or we don't exist. Mm-hmm. But basically, most humans don't exist. It just doesn't matter. Like
So true.
Most of us are going to end our careers in the same small market that we started in. We're going to have made a living, which is great. So it's probably more important to invest in other things like your family and being happy and all that other stuff than just trying to, be so career focused. I feel like it's a real mistake. Just accept some mediocrity for a better life every now and again. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Just settle down into your rut.
That's legit, dude.
Yeah.
That's some deep shit.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You're spinning some deep shit right now. You burnt out, man.
Fuck, man.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Let's corner someone.
I guess we're going to fucking corner someone, I suppose. Fuck, here we go.
All this day ratings got me a little thirsty. Smooth. Let's do it.
Today we've got Jacob Hutch.
Or Biatch, as he goes by.
Or By Hutch.
By Hutch.
This guy's a doodler and designer.
Doodler and designer.
In Sheffield. Mr. Sheffield.
Mr. Sheffield.
So he's an illustrator.
Yes.
Fucking the best style. I love this shit already, Miles.
I saw it and I thought, this is right up Joel's alley.
I really, really like this.
Yeah.
This is good shit.
It's great stuff. He's got some like photography and stuff further down as well.
Get out of here.
At least I'm quite certain. Or at least there's like some illustrative stuff that just looks like photos.
Dude, I love this guy.
Yes. Maybe it's not even photography. It's just illustrations. Guy's super good. And his work's really great. He does a lot with like shadows and stuff, I've noticed.
Yep.
Like just simple layouts, but really cool shadows.
This is really cool.
Monthly shout out to my ma. She used to be big into making art that was all about shadows. So this stuff speaks to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like very heavily based on photography, hey? Like these are all compositions that I would look for in a photo. And he's illustrating them. What a gene.
Yeah. Biatch, you're talented. You got great illustrations.
I'm going to give you a follow because I'm really into it.
You just got to follow right then. And you've got to follow her right here. Jacob Biatch, you've been cornered. I called him Jacob Biatch. That's not his name.
All right.
Well, with that, we're going to wrap up this episode.
Wrap it up, Miles. Wrap it up. Bring it home with our favorite classic catchphrase. Thanks. All right. Catch you guys later.
Fuck you, man. I'm so sick of this shit, honestly.